Hey, what's up, Derek? So this is your demo video for your Master Luke set that you purchased, and yeah, let's take a look. So we have your brass and aluminum and copper chassis core with crystal chamber, and the got that door there. You got your stock PCB, the Profi board, kill switch. Yeah. Um, oh, and on the battery, so in order to remove this, it's a very tight fit. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to point that towards your palm, and then you're going to want to hit your palm up here, and just a couple gentle times until it finally pops out, and then that's how you can remove it. Always make sure the nub faces up. If you face that thing down, you're gonna fry the board. So just keep that in mind. Now I thought I had two of these on hand, and I don't. So I shipped you two more, so you're actually gonna get three instead of the two from the listing. They just won't have this special wrap on those ones. What else? What else? What else? Think. Oh, and there's going to be a shipment for a digital charging dock that will get to you as well. So keep an eye out for that. Uh, yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't want to forget anything. On this. Oh, that's right. So I don't know if you can see, but there's your USB board access. So because the distance from here is so small, you're going to get a custom USB connector that will connect to that. And then on the other end, it's going to have the latest micro USB port. So if you ever wanted to change the config in the future, you'll be able to have access to that, and then you'll plug your data cable to that adapter. It's a custom adapter, basically. um, and then if you ever uh, need to reach out to me for changing that, just let me know. I'll send you the config, um, as well as the schematics to point out where and what LEDs are doing what. You got your 24 millimeter bass speaker from Smuggler's Outpost. Yeah. So I'm gonna pop this bad boy on.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Now, when it's out of the hilt, you can twist it for activation. Now, if you hear some static, a little bit of static noise, it's likely that the battery's getting low on power. So, one thing I will say is that please, you have to be familiar with lithium ion batteries and the care for them. Um, you don't you don't want to overcharge them, and you don't want to keep them undercharged either. So the digital dock is supposed to be a smart dock, so it shouldn't overcharge them, but still don't just put it on there and then leave the house and forget it, right? Just put it on the charging dock, keep an eye on it. Once it gets full, then take them out. Um, and then on when you're using this again, yeah, don't don't use these with very low batteries. You just don't want to do that. Also, keep them in room temperature. Don't let them get too hot. And also, don't put it by water. Yeah, just kind of one of the other sides of the double-edged sword of these sophisticated lightsabers is the care and maintenance of these lithium-ion batteries. Their specs say that you have 500 per battery of charge and discharge uses. So basically turning on a lightsaber, using it and turning it off, charging it and whatnot. You got 500 per battery. So if you ever need more, just let me know. So that's that. And then first up is the Hero. Again, this is slightly weathered. I painted the gray rail under there. This has black box activation. Also, you have shine through on the movie static prop emitter cap, but it does come with these little nubs, which you can slide in just like that, and then there's set screws on the sides. Each hilt has one of those. So, yeah. Give you some close-ups here. And again, this is a collaboration between me and LDM. It's an LDM body, and then the emitters currently right now are from TXQ, but with TCSS, I'm working on getting my own custom emitters, very similar to this look, but a couple slight measurement changes to my personal aesthetic liking. So let's fire this bad boy up. So you want to twist here at the booster. Now, lining up the connectors, they're always going to face up towards the control box. So it's going to vary in its fit from the different hilts just by a little bit. But yeah, once it's in there, you should know it'll feel nice and tight. You may have to like kind of angle it and find the thread, but if it locks up just after a couple turns, back it out. You got it in the wrong spot. That's for here and for over here. Another thing on the emitters, so there's a threaded reinforced neck in here, but when you unthread this, you could turn this and unthread that. You don't want to do that. It can mess with the wires and everything, but it's a counter. Let's see, this is righty tighty, lefty loosey. This one is the opposite. So just be aware of that. You really only want to turn from the emitter caps. And then there's your stock PCB holder. Those PCB holders and the emitters, they're not like glued down or anything. You just use pressure basically to push them down whenever you put the blade in. I'm also I'm going to cover, I did it to the other two, but I'm going to put a layer of electrical tape under there so that if this ever pops up, it doesn't touch this if you have this on, with this on. So yeah. Oh. Did I turn off the kill switch? Yes, I did. So, pop the kill switch.
Like my father before me.
Oh, and then each one is going to have their own Oops. Whew, that was close. Corresponding pommel cap. The one for this one's in the house, so I'm just going to use this one for all of them. But yeah, so it's vented. And yeah, there's the arrows. Oops. So top on this one changes the character cycles.
I'm getting too old. Anakin, I am a Jedi.
So
Like my father before
when the
me.
blade is off, if you hit the top button, you're going to cycle through characters. Bottom is to ignite it, and unfortunately, it's the opposite on those. I'm sorry. And yeah, so let's power that up. There's your shine through. And then when the blade is ignited, that's your, like you're blocking, you're blocking that. And then if you hold aux and tap power, you enter color change mode, and then you can twist it until you find the color you like. Then you just do the same thing, hold aux, tap, hold power, tap aux, and you hear the jingle, and then that's when you selected the color you want. Some of these fonts have music on them, so when the blade is off, I think if you hold power, it'll play. Yeah. I don't want to, and you can turn the blade on while the music's playing, but I don't want to get copyright or anything playing it too long. So when the blade is off, now we hit aux and we change characters. The one right after Luke is just going to hear a little beep, and there's not going to be any sound effects. I did that because if you're ever, just displaying this on your shelf and you want to kind of, show it off without a ton of sound, then you can have it display with it lit up and not, being obnoxiously loud. So that's right after. And by the way, I'm gonna lubricate all of these threads. So when you're unthreading and threading these, just don't touch. I wouldn't try to avoid touching the threads because whatchamacallit, you don't want to get that on your hands. It can get real messy, and then you can get it all over the hilt, and it's just a mess. So another thing too, when you're threading on and off, you probably want to hold it vertical and then twist like this, because remember, not only does this have activation with the control box, but twisting it's also gonna go on and off on you, which can scare you if you didn't know that. So now, next character after the quiet display mode.
I'm getting too old for this sort of thing.
That is Old Ben. Oh, and to retract the blade, you want to hold power, which is the bottom button. I'm not going to go too crazy in the light effects without the blade in on each character, but next, I believe, is Vader. No, that's not Vader. That might be volume control. Yeah. That might be volume control. And I think that was if you hold the aux with the blade off. If you just tap it. Oh, well, here's the Obi-Wan music. What the heck? What mode is this? Oh, there we go. Now I got to Vader. Let's see, is there any music on Vader? Yeah. And then after Vader, it's Anakin.
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
I don't think Anakin has music. Let's see. Oh, no. There's music. Yeah, I don't want to get copyrighted. So yeah, now you should go back to Luke.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Yep. Display.
I'm getting too old.
Obi-Wan. Vader.
Is it possible to look? I am a
Anakin.
Jedi,
There you go. So.
like my father before me.
Alright, so now we'll demo the blade in this hilt. Now, this is where the retention screws are. There's 4 of them, which is nice. Now, this is just my beater blade. You are going to be getting the latest Quantum Blade by Saber Bay, which is freaking bright compared to what these older ones are. I've had it in hand. It's incredible. So that'll be what you're getting as well. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to push this as far as you can get it, and then while you're pushing it down, now if you're standing, it kind of just rested on my hip or on my thigh, and as you're pushing down, you're going to want to go through and one by one tighten the retention screws. You don't want to go too tight until you've reached all of them. And then once you've reached all of them, you should be able to go back and give them a few more turns. And as you're doing this too, like the first round, you can kind of give it a little wiggle, see if it's tight. If it's not, again, just you don't want to over tighten, but you don't want to under tighten. So it's kind of tedious, but it's definitely worth it. All right, so that should be, yeah, that feels good. So after you do that, then you put the extended emitter cap down. And same thing, you don't want to tighten it. Oops. Sorry. Oh, it's not even going down. So as you're doing this, to make sure you don't unthread the emitter, you're going to want to hold the emitter and then push down while you're threading. Oh, yeah, see, you got to make sure that doesn't, that emitter doesn't unthread. Why isn't this going down? Oh, because mine has the tape on there. That's why. Yours won't be this difficult. I have a little piece of tape around the base because this blade was from an older lightsaber I had where it just wasn't tight enough. So I added a layer of the tape to give it a little more girth. But yeah, so let's turn the lights down. It's still kind of bright. Okay, that's not bad. Let's see how that... Oh, that's still pretty bright. Now, to do lockup, like you've got another lightsaber that's locked in with you, you're going to hold the aux button. And that's when she's going to light up. I might have to recode this because that lockup is a little high. It's supposed to be kind of right in the middle, so I might have programmed it a little too many LEDs. So I'll go back in and redo it. But yeah, so let's check out color change. So hold power, tap aux. But remember, don't wait too long, because if you hold power, it'll retract and turn off the blade. But yeah, so then to get it again, hold power, tap aux. You'll hear the jingle, and then yeah. Switch characters. Top button. This is the display. Again, no sound.
I'm getting too old for this sort of thing.
Old Ben. Let's see if I can turn this a little bit. Let me see, it's swung around. Still have to teach myself the Obi Annie flip move, whatever.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Now, what's cool about the Anakin is it's a responsive blade, so when you swing it around, see how it turns white when you swing it? The faster you swing it, the more white it turns. So, let's check out the V2. So again, well, maybe when you're undoing it, you don't have to worry about the emitter. And the other thing too is, like, when you're unthreading these, you don't want to go too far, because then when you put the emitter cap back on, it can hit in the grooves and screw up your threads. So make sure they're also not protruding out. It'll tell you when you're threading the cap back on. If it gets tight only after a few twists, then yeah, you've got one of these probably too close to the threads. Put that right here. All right, now the V2. Let's get some lights back on here. Okay. So, yeah, you've got your V2. This is hand painted and weathered. Cone knob, mystery chunk, D-ring. V2 lever from Roman's Props. V2 Graflex clamp from Roman's Props. I was wrong on my other videos about where these clamp cards came from. These are from Sky Wampa. So, again, lined up with the control box. Oh, and don't forget to take off the static pommel cap or you won't hear anything. Put on the vented one. Pop the kill.
You underestimate my power!
So yeah, sometimes, depending on the fit, you might have to push it up, because remember the whatchamacallit, the chassis is being pushed down by the whatchamacallit, by the female connectors. So let's get to Luke.
I'm a Jedi.
Oops, that was
I'm
Luke.
getting...
My bad.
I'm a Jedi. Like my father before me.
So I don't want to make the video super long, but I just want to demo that they all work. So put that down there. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the set screws in the emitter. Hang on. Sorry. Give me a moment. The blade would go flying out on you if you didn't have these in there. And if you ever lose any and need spares, just let me know. You can find some on my Etsy shop if needed. But in reality, you really shouldn't need to take them all the way out or anything anyway. Alright, now that they're in, get the blade in here. Whoopsies. So again, give it a little bit of a test. See how it feels. Feels tight enough. Okay. Again, hold the emitter. Push down as you're threading this down. Okay. Lights, camera, action. Come on. Oh, these things can be a pain. They don't always cooperate. Okay, I guess that'll probably be good enough. Let's see. So, on the Graflex clamps of the V2 and the V3, the top is to ignite the blade. Remember, it's the same core off of all three lightsabers, which is freaking cool. Bottom is aux. Alright. So again, for the sake of time, I'm going to get on with it to the next one. Okay. Also, I'm going to be putting a clear coat on the V2 and a little bit on the V3, but mostly the V2 because this has a lot of different paint spots, and over time from handling it they can wear out. So clear coat should help seal it in for a while. Turn off the kill. Pop the bad boy out. Ooh, that needs some lubrication. Right, let's check out the. I could probably just leave the lights like this. So yeah, you've got your V3. Looking pretty snazzy. Getting clamp card from Sky Wampa.
I'm a Jedi, like my father before me.
Oops. Help if I have the vented pommel cap, which is still on the V2. So yeah, there's your shine through. Bottom is aux. That's pretty good. And then the V3 cap, holding the emitter. Sorry, I know it's repetitive, but I just don't want that neck to unthread on you. Do I not have one of these in all the way? I do. Ah. Again, with your blade, you won't have as much difficulty as I am. But yeah, so looks pretty neat. Now, I will say this blade and these lightsabers, in my opinion, were not designed to be dueling lightsabers. Could you? Yes. I mean, it's got a threaded rod in the neck, so... But this is a thin wall, or this one you're not getting. The one you are getting is a thin-walled blade, so it's really just meant for swinging around and extremely light dueling like that, you know? So... You're going to want to be gingerly with it. There are dueling lightsaber blades out there, but again, just for these hilts, that chassis, like, I wouldn't recommend heavy dueling. This is more to be like display, collector's edition, you know. So, anyway.
Getting too old.
The blue looks good too. Oh, I can hear the buzzing. So yeah, when you hear the buzzing in the or the crackling in the speaker, it means your battery is almost dead, so. I don't know if you can hear it. It's kind of like bah, bah, bah. Yeah, so again, don't want to have it running on a low charge. Because that's dangerous with lithium-ion batteries. Oh, and you're getting an Allen key too, and I put this little flag on it. Kind of helps to keep track of them and not lose them. Or sometimes you color code them because you know, okay, this one works with these lightsabers, because sometimes these little retention screws can be slightly different hilt to hilt. Mine are all the same. And there's your stock PCB. And then that's covered with the electrical tape, so. And again, they all have the little nubs for in here. And yeah, that really sums it up at this point. Your display cases also are on their way to me to get them going. What else? Yeah, that's it. So if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more. I've got a lot of great projects coming up that I am just itching to get working on and to show you guys, because there's going to be some game changers. So anyway, Have a good one, and may the force be with you.